very hard, Kate. I'm going to narrow it down to 3 if I can.
Persistent, thorough, and demanding.
So Nigel, in 3 words: rigorous, astute, and passionate.
Scary. Very funny. Well, that's 2 words.
I would say in 3 words, Nigel was compassionate, he was dedicated, and he was brilliant.
Pragmatist, idealist, Mensch.
Brilliant, human, and humane.
Unbelievably kind and generous.
And funny, also funny. Nigel has had a fundamental role in crafting the international law on the prevention of torture and situating it in the wider human rights field.
While many will focus on his intellectual rigor and coherence, I think his legacy was ultimately practical, about effectiveness and real-life human rights outcomes.
He understood law to be a useful tool to deploy against power, but he also understood that this is a tool that has to be defended, has to be nurtured, and has to be deployed carefully.
As a health professional, I sometimes felt quite clumsy in talking about human rights, and I think Nigel always made me feel like human rights wasn't a kind of lawyers' exclusive club, and that human rights was for everybody. So for me, that's his legacy, is making everyone feel like human rights is everyone's business.
As someone who works in the anti-torture field, I would have to say that we have Nigel Rodley to thank for the robust international legal framework against torture.
To me, Nigel's legacy is embodied in the thousands of human rights defenders that he inspired and mentored during his lifetime, and who are now working for human rights all over the world.
As a teacher and mentor, Nigel was challenging, but he was also immensely generous with his time and inspiring in his passion for human rights.
To me, Nigel as a teacher both embodied the UN and international law at the front of the classroom and was so very impressive, but at the same time really was a human being who established a warm personal rapport with the students.
Nigel gave me the courage to always try to speak truth to power, but to always be accurate, very accurate.
I think he enjoyed being challenged, but also liked to let you know what you still needed to learn.